Hey, welcome everyone to Mystics Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here. I'm Wilson Turpey Jr. And Washington Mystics. We told y'all it was a big week to start off this week without the desired result. We saw Connecticut's bench come up big in this one. They beat the Mystics 80-69. Ray, you were in the building, so please let us know where things went wrong. We saw again Connecticut. It's always a quarter for the Mystics. What happened in the second quarter?
I mean, really, the downfall started in the first, to be perfectly honest. Mystics actually got off to a quick start, forced an early sun timeout, and then Sanaya Rivers came in the game and disrupted everything. Um, but yeah, things didn't completely go off the rails until the second quarter. Same script, different show. Turnovers, turnovers. And the physicality we saw against the Sparks the other day, and the fluid offense we saw, like the ball wasn't moving the same. And defensively they just were out of whack. So yeah, that second quarter was terrible. 26-12 Connecticut, and that's pretty much the game. They lost by 11. This is a bad loss, man. The worst team in the league. You're at home and you're fighting for your playoff life, and you put up a dud. That can't happen. But yeah, nothing was really going well for the Mystics. The main thing was defensively they were real handsy. They sent the Sun to the line 19 times, and they capitalized. That was something that the Mystics just couldn't overcome. And then a lot of times just inside the Sun were just, like I said, overall the more physical team. Mystics lost the rebounding battle. The Sun they did a lot of their scoring in the paint. And it just really nothing went well for Washington tonight. You brought up the bench. Connecticut had two players individually outperform the Mystics bench by themselves. Mystics they had they scored 11 points off the bench as a team. For Connecticut, Olivia Nelson-Dota had 15 by herself, along with 9 rebounds and 4 assists. And Sanaya Rivers had 17 on 6 and 9 shooting, and added 4 rebounds and 1 assist. And then Aaliyah Edwards had 8 as well. So, I mean, when one player is vastly outperforming your entire second unit, that's how you get the results you got. But yeah, man, they can shake this one off. They get another crack at it on Thursday up in Connecticut. Hopefully the game that they didn't have at home can travel, because they definitely needed this win. But now they definitely need Thursday's win, because heading into the weekend they got Seattle and Vegas, and those are two definitely going to be more challenging games. So hopefully they can recover and get their wits about them and come away with a win on Thursday on the road.
Yeah, it was you were in person taking it. It was tough to see. I'm sitting here during the show glancing over a little bit. I got the audio so I can hear it when I'm not directly looking at it. Sanaya Rivers changed the game, as you said, as soon as she came off the bench. The game just never returned to the same. She came in, that activity that she had defensively. Thought she did a good job pushing the pace. But for Washington, you got little or nothing from your group tonight. We have been talking the past couple games. During the last 2 wins, they did get solid production from their second unit. This was one-sided. We're talking about the bench production in this one. It was drastically one-sided in this game, and it was just tough because we saw them do such a good job to match that physicality of last game, and then you come out in this one and you took 2 steps back when you were fine last game against a team that's LA's, for the most part, more physical than Connecticut, or has been. So what's the, like you said, what was the reason for the backslide? This was just a loss that you couldn't afford, and when honestly, this one shouldn't have happened. And in a game where Marina Mabry plays a big part in their offense, she goes 4 of 10 from the floor. Tina Charles goes 4 of 11. You did it. Anissa Morrow goes 1 for 7 from the floor. Literally, if their bench doesn't go off, you win this game. Is with even the issues you had, but you can't turn the ball over like that. We saw them turn the ball over quite a bit in the first half. It was a disappointing outcome for sure. Like you said, they got another chance come Thursday. We'll see if they're going to be able to bounce back. But you were supposed to get both of these games heading into the weekend, right? As you chase your postseason berth, and keep an eye on some other things going on. The Storm are up double digits on Chicago. If they don't come back, the Storm, instead of you closing the gap, taking a step to close the gap on the Storm, they're taking another step away from you tonight. And you need to close the gap on them to get to where you need to go. And instead, they're the ones that got to create a little bit of separation tonight. You're supposed to be able to make up some ground tonight and Thursday, and unfortunately, you weren't able to do that. And that's what's, I guess, the most disappointing thing there. And it's not Connecticut as a team, but for Washington, where we've seen them be at this season, I don't think it's wrong to say from an expectation standpoint you were supposed to handle business tonight. I don't think that's wrong to feel, especially coming off the win against the Sparks, or they're a better team as evidenced by the record than Connecticut. You talked about where Connecticut is in the standings. This is part of becoming a good team. You can't drop games like this. You just can't. You had anything else for this game, Ray, or I'll get the player of the game?
Yeah, let's flush this one as soon as possible.
Right, it was a tough one for sure. All right, player of the game for you.
I went Sanaya Rivers, man. Just because, like, it looked like the Mystics were about to run away with this. Yeah, maybe the first 5-6 minutes of the game, they looked completely in control. Things were flowing, and yeah, they were just handling business. That timeout came, Sanaya Rivers came in and changed the complex of the game. And just a firecracker off the bench, and I think that turned the tide. Not only offensively but defensively as well. So I give her nod tonight.
I'm agree. I will in full agreement with you. As soon as she hit the floor, the Sun all of a sudden had a bounce in her step and a little bit more fight. Whatever she came off the bench with, the team picked it up. They fed off it, and it was instantaneous. Like you said, Washington did get off to a good start. They were near building a double-digit lead, and Sanaya comes in, and all of a sudden the Sun are now racing up and down the court, making things happen. And it happened as soon as she hit the floor. Then her friends from the second unit got in the game. I know in that first quarter, her and Aaliyah came off the bench. I think they had 9 and 8 respectively in the first quarter. Straight off the bench, which is ridiculous. X Factor, I feel like I know where you're going with this one, but go ahead.
I really, man, the Connecticut bench. Yeah, and I'll throw Sanaya in that group. Even though she got recognized player of the game, but yeah, that second unit. I mean, they pretty much carried them to the win. Sanaya led the team in scoring, and Olivia was right behind her with 15. Only starter in double figures was Tina Charles. So yeah, man, without that bench production, we looking at a different outcome.
That group scored more than half the team's points. They had 80 as a team. That group off the bench, throwing Lizzie Allen because she had 5 points as well. 45 points from the second unit tonight in a game where their team had 80. Yeah, that's the X factor. All right, we'll get to a couple of these comments. Area 11T.
Yeah, yeah, super embarrassing.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I'm very anxious to see that response on Thursday, if they respond in the appropriate fashion. Yeah, I just think it's one of those things, man. Like playing some teams, and some of these teams recently got some stuff off their bench as evidence by the night.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean it's okay to not have a good game. Just all team second units aren't created equal. I guess it was good for Citron breaking a rookie record, although I'm gonna need her to stop missing layups. But shout out to Sonya for that, passing the great Shamika Holdswell for points in the rookie season for the Washington Mystics franchise. But yeah, this was a rough one, man. 7-17 for her, 6-14 for Karen, 3-8 for Kiki. But even then, from the starter standpoint, they still won the matchup for the starting group. It's back to what you said, right? That bench changed the outcome of that game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if the benches were equal tonight, as bad as things were for Washington, they come out on top. 45 of the 80 came from that second group. 45.
Just can't allow that, man.
40. Hold on. 45-11. It was 45-11. That was the difference in this was 45-11 off the second unit, man. Like you said, they got Connecticut again on Thursday, and then Agent and Company on Saturday. In Seattle, apparently looks like they're trying to get themselves together come Sunday. And we'll see what the standings look like by then. Who knows? Maybe they'll get some help, but they didn't do themselves any favors at all tonight by dropping this game against the Connecticut Sun. We will catch up with you guys Thursday. We got one more comment. Crazy how their bench might be better than their starters. So fun. I would say fact, but interesting note here. Most of the people on that bench will probably be starting for them next year.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
That's a weird conundrum that they got going on there. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like they're in a transitional phase, and at least two people on the bench will start for them next season.
Hey man, I'm going 3. You got one of your starting guards and possibly your starting 4 and 5 coming off that bench. Depending on where you want to play Sanaya. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, just being completely honest. But all I know, Ray, you watch the same game I watch. Them 3 came in that game, and they were nothing like this starting group. Washington likes to play fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 love the pace that Washington played at. I can't speak for the starting 5 of Connecticut, but those 3 came in, they were like, "Oh, we're running. Cool. Fun.
It's rare you see the Mystics get ran out the gym like that. Super rare. But tonight, they were stuck in the mud,
man. That number, like that difference is gonna bother me for a little bit, but 45-11, that's tough in any game. But we appreciate you guys. We'll check in with you Tuesday night after the second of the week's matchups with the Connecticut Sun.